Hello, everyone, and welcome to this meditation and energy activation where I will be channeling the energies of the 1111 portal and 3-Eye Atlas, the celestial object. So, if you have not heard of 3-Eye Atlas, there are many different theories. The third dimensional theory is that it's some sort of space object like an asteroid that's just going about its routine business. But there is quite a bit of hype around it in the spiritual community that it could be a spaceship of some sort holding high dimensional beings. It could be a high dimensional object carrying high dimensional frequencies. The energies that I have channeled on it personally are that it really could be anything, because we are each living in our own reality and something can be true that's different for each of us. But what appears to be one thing in a physical reality is often different in a higher dimension, the same way we appear to be humans in the third dimension, and yet we have light bodies and higher dimensional bodies and different energies in the higher realms. So that is how I see this object, is that it may appear a certain way as a celestial object, a natural celestial object in the third dimension, that it carries high vibrational and high dimensional energies with it. So, as I've been tuning into this energy, what I have gotten is that it is a return of galactic identities, ancient identities, and high dimensional identities. So, when we came to Earth, there is a clause, at least in the current experience of Earth, of forgetting who we are, our past lives, our true soul identity and essence. And this is not a clause that is present in every other star collective or system in all of creation, right? There are other star systems where this forgetting is not part of incarnation. Here on Earth, for the time being, it has been a part of our experience. So rather than this being seen as, a gift or a blessing or something that we are being granted because we've done enough or worked hard enough or become worthy of this gift, we should see it as rather something that we have called in. We have been working towards our awakening. We've been calling in our truth. We've been calling in our highest good. And this is the vessel of those frequencies here to help bring that to us, to Earth, calling in the frequencies that we have been invoking, that we have been creating and focusing on. So it is something that you have brought about, that we all as a collective have brought about on such a huge level that it is collectively manifesting in such a way that is very new for us, right? And so with this return of high dimensional energy comes the return of ancient identities. So this can be past lives on Earth or off of Earth. But one download that I've been getting is that the ancient lives are likely relative to Earth's history, maybe your involvement in the creation of humankind, in the creation of Earth's mission, or lifetimes beyond Earth lives where you were involved in this process. Higher dimensional lives, so higher selves or highest self, right? Levels of your own consciousness from higher dimensions that have higher levels of self-awareness and source awareness. And the other one could be galactic identities. So, for example, really anchoring in the self identity of maybe a star seed self. Maybe you know of a lifetime in a different star system or a higher self you have in a different star system. Fully beginning to anchor that identity internally. And that is the big energy of all of this, is internalizing your own identity. Oftentimes we subliminally externalize ourselves. We view our past lives as something outside of us. We view our highest self, our higher selves, as entities beyond us. The true power lies in remembering that everything is within you. All of those beings are you. And so the way you can perceive that, if it helps, is our consciousness is being projected through all of the dimensions of reality, and each dimension carries its own unique pattern, its own unique frequency, its own theme. And so as your light is being shined through all of these dimensions, there's an essence of you in each and every dimension. There's no dimension that you don't exist within. You exist within all of it. And so, though your mind might be occupying the third dimension at this time, you are this multi-dimensional being. And in the third dimension, with this level of forgetting that kind of caps us off and feels like it caps us off, right? At the third dimension, what we truly need to do is remember that we are the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension. We are these past lives. We are these other aspects of ourself. We are our highest self. And in the process, we are reclaiming our fullest and truest and purest identity. We are not limiting ourselves to the third dimension and therefore cutting ourselves off from the rest of our energy. If we externalize these aspects of ourselves, then we externalize our power, we externalize our memories, we externalize our energy. And that's what creates the frustration and the difficulty and the suffering and the struggling in our life. Any part of your life where you struggle or suffer is a part of your own energy that you are externalizing, that you are taking the power away from yourself and putting it in someone else's hands. And in all reality, there is no external. And so the comparison I like to use is when you think of Source, God, the Creator, we understand that all of creation exists within Source. It's not something separate from Source, but that all of creation resides within Source, within the Creator. So, why is it that when we think of ourselves, we think that our reality is something external to us rather than internal? Because we are the microcosm to the macrocosm. We are a fractal of Source. And so, the same way that all of creation resides within Source, all of our creation, all of our reality resides within us. So, it is not us that resides within our reality. It is our reality that resides and exists solely within us. It's our light, our consciousness, our energy projecting through creation, projecting through dimensions and time and space to simulate this projected external reality, to simulate the experience of external. When the absolute highest truth is that all is internal, there is no such thing as external. There is no duality. There is only the projected illusion of duality so that we can experience things of a bit more interest, right? And so in that remembrance, we are calling in these higher aspects of ourselves who remember that truth. Because it's one thing as a human to hear that and say, okay, that makes sense. But it's another thing to be a version of yourself who knows that, who resonates with it, who accesses that full layer of themselves, that full layer and level of their power, of their source truth. And it's not even a power necessarily, because sometimes power has the energy of an effect on something outside of yourself, right? Everything is internal, so it need only shift. It need only dissolve and resolve itself and find a new form. There is not this need for pushing, and that's where we often find ourselves, is pushing and pushing and pushing and finding a lot of push back. And that's because there is no external. There is nothing that you can affect externally. And that's because nothing external exists. So those are the energies that we're really tapping into with this 1111 portal, with this 3i Atlas. So now that we've got that introduction out of the way, those are the energies that we're going to be focusing on in today's session. So if this resonates for you and you want to jump into the practice with us, then I welcome you to find a comfortable position, to close your eyes, and you can place a hand on your heart, a hand on your stomach, or any other placement that feels right, wherever your hands and your energy is needed. And take deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. On your inhales, you are bringing yourself into presence. And on your exhales, you are surrendering into that presence. Breathe into any mental, emotional, or physical tension or distraction, and dissolve it with your exhales. A lot of this energy is beyond what the human mind can understand or comprehend or compute. So don't try to understand it. Don't try to make it fit within the boxes or the dimensions of what is currently real to you, what currently makes sense to you. And instead, by breathing past the need to compartmentalize, to label, we can allow this energy to expand us, to expand the way we think and feel about ourselves, about everything, because this is big stuff. This is everything. This is our entire reality, our entire self, all that we experience. But just keep breathing as we continue to soften our energy. And as we continue to breathe, we're going to take a moment to call in a sphere of golden white divine light to surround us, protecting us, clearing our energetic fields, tuning us to the highest vibrational potential. And we can extend a second larger sphere around our home, our family, whatever space we're in, securing our space, locking in the highest frequency. And as we lock in this highest frequency, we can drop our roots down into the earth, growing deep, grounding and anchoring us in, and allowing the divine energy that surrounds us to clear our field, releasing any and all energy that no longer serves our highest good out of our bodies, our fields, our souls, down our roots now. Using your breath to breathe in this golden white divine light or any other colors of light into the areas of tension or resistance or limitation, and exhale those energies down your roots. And you can keep your hands where they are, or it might feel nice to relax them on the sides of your body or into your lap. With each cycle of breath, really relaxing the body, the mind, the heart, the spirit. Releasing the need to control, to demand, to expect, to anticipate, to know. Allowing all of this to fall away into presence. Taking one more deep breath in through the nose, really filling up the lungs. Holding at the top, maybe tensing your muscles, clenching your fists, or allowing the tension of your held inhale to build. And on your exhale, sigh, maybe shake a little bit, really let out those final pieces of energy. And you can set the intention that you will continue to energetically release throughout this practice, allowing these energies to continue to clear your field, these source frequencies to clear your field and release down your roots. And so first we are going to turn our attentions into our heart space. So imagining that you are placing your awareness in your heart space, and maybe you can see light or feel certain frequencies. And begin to call forth the essence of your source spark, your soul fire, your highest self within you. Invoking these frequencies in your heart, breathing into them, expanding them effortlessly with your exhales. And with this heart-focused attention and intention, you can begin to visualize that you are standing outside with the night sky above you. Perhaps your bare feet are on the earth, and you could feel the earth beneath you, the texture of it, the temperature of it, the sensation. The heavens are aligned for this 11:11 portal, and there is a shooting star in the sky that is the 3-eye Atlas celestial object, carrying heavenly source frequencies, galactic identities, higher self remembrance. And beginning from the earth up, your earth star chakra, visualizing a column of light rising up through your feet, your legs, your hips, your arms and your torso, up through your neck and your head, and shooting upwards from your head to the center of all creation. So this pillar of light is anchored in the center of the earth and the center of all creation, the center of source. And this light is extending through all dimensions. And you can begin to imagine and perceive how this entire column of light that is projecting through all dimensions, all time, all space, is entirely you. That this fractal of the universe, this fractal of creation, is entirely your own. And that every other being has this same column of light, this same fractal from source that is their reality. And that it is our collective columns of light, projections of light, that create the known and unknown universe, that weave together all of creation. And as you are in your column of light, you can begin to associate just beyond the human body who is anchoring it at the bottom. And you can begin to project your consciousness into the entire column of light. And you can feel as you rise up higher towards source, there is a lightness and a density as you move down closer to earth, not in a bad way, just that the structure of reality is more densely structured at the base and more loosely structured at the source. And you might feel different energies, different personas through the different areas, the different dimensions of your column of light. And from this higher perspective, you might now realize that rather than the three-eye atlas being a shooting star in the sky above you, it is more on eye level. And you can see as this crystalline light object, or whatever it's meant to appear as to you, begins to approach your beam of light. It will cross through your field and give you the codes, the remembrance, the access to yourself that you have been invoking and calling back, calling forth. And it might cross in a specific dimension for some of you. Maybe it will cross in the 5th, the 6th, the 12th dimension. And that could be a hint at which dimension of self you are being called to integrate at this time. It might be calling forth an ancient earth soul memory, or a galactic identity from a certain dimension. So go to your column of light, the space in your column of light, where this three-eye atlas is now beginning to pass through. And as this package, this vessel of highest dimensional light pours into your field, merges with your consciousness in this moment, begin to visualize, sense, or feel an aspect of yourself, perhaps shining in just pure light or having a certain appearance, emerges from this crystalline vessel. And merges with your own consciousness, your own sense of self that you currently carry. And I'm going to give you space here to have your own experience, to sense these energies from an internal perspective the best you can, rather than an external perspective of having a conversation back and forth. Allow these frequencies to arise from within, even if that's just feeling these frequencies or allowing these frequencies if they are not presently revealing themselves quite yet, to ask any questions, to receive any answers, for it to be an internal experience. And I will call you back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm calling you back. So, taking a moment to get any final energies, messages, you can pause or rewind if you need more time here. And you can watch or feel now as the three eye atlas departs from your column of light to go and share and return the light to another. And allow the energies that have been returned to shine, to flow, to ripple through your entire column of light, your entire fractal of self, of creation, of source. And to begin to carry these frequencies back into your human physical body. Allowing this column of light to remain. It is not something that just is imagined for a practice, for a meditation. It is you, always, at all times, and beyond time. It is you. Allowing this consciousness, this higher self awakening, to anchor in. What have you remembered about yourself today? What have you remembered about your life, about source, about creation? Allowing your enlightenments from today to weave their way through your body, rewriting your nervous system, rewriting your mental, emotional, and physical energies, and anchoring in this new truth. Your nervous system is the way your human self understands the world. So when you breathe in these higher dimensional codes into your nervous system, you allow yourself to open from a space of knowing that you are divinely loved, safe, and protected. That you do not need to restrict or limit or hold back to protect yourself, because it is all you. With radical self-acceptance, absolute unconditional self-love, you do not need to hide from yourself. You do not need to hold yourself back from your highest capabilities, your dreams, your goals, your highest potentials. You do not need to hide, because you are only hiding from yourself. It is only you. It's all you. The same way that source consciousness has the original goal, the original mission and purpose to know thyself, you as a fractal of source carry out that mission by individually, uniquely being yourself, following your goals, your dreams, your perspectives, your whims, your feelings, your knowing. You carry out the original sacred divine mission of knowing thyself by being, by living, by creating, by allowing. The truth in the phrase, let go and let God, is that when you let go, you can allow yourself to be that which you truly are, which is Source incarnate. Allow yourself to be divine. It is your innate and inherent truth. You can hide from it, but it does not make it any less real. You can project yourself into an imagined reality where you can choose to believe it's not real, where you can experience separation and isolation. And you can also choose to let go of that, to dissolve those realities, those timelines, and to dissolve back into the warm embrace of Source origin, Source truth, the highest love, the highest good, the highest frequency, the unity of all. You can let it all go. Allowing the highest truth, the highest good, the highest love to remain. Allowing all else to be washed away. As you step forward in life, anchoring in this highest truth. In love for yourself, in love for Source, in love for all beings, all fractals, all paths, all energies, all one. And so mote it be, and so it is. So it always has been, so it always will be. And we allow. We allow, we allow, we allow with love. We allow ourselves to access our highest self, our highest truth. We allow ourselves to be safe. We allow ourselves to be protected. We allow ourselves to be love. We allow ourselves to be enough. Because that is the original truth. And so it is. I will leave you here in this energy. I love you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I am wishing you the highest good, the highest love, the highest self. Always, 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 and forever. And so it is. Namaste.